Hey, Brian and Bo. I'm 21 and saving well above 25% of my income. With the power of compound interest on my side, is it a bad idea to be a semi-miser temporarily until, let's say, about 25 years old?
Well, it all depends on what you're living and what you feel like you're leaving behind.
Yeah, I want you to answer. Then I want you to answer first because I got a thought on this.
I mean, look,
that you're not gonna like.
I mean, I was tight when I was young. We had this whole thing where we were a tight-wad nation, thinking I was so proud of how tight I was, and I've met a lot of other people who did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They're financial mutants, but they definitely had miser moments of your life. But I don't think any of my friends would have said that I was missing out on life experiences because of money decisions. Now, I will tell you, I do feel like I was a time miser because the first 2 or 3 years out of school, I was taking so many certification exams that I didn't get to go to. I mean, I've told this story before, but one of my best friends from college, a college roommate, still good friends with him, his wife, his fiance at the time, now they've got a bunch of kids, successful marriage and everything else, but she's from the French Quarter, so we had a free place to stay during Mardi Gras for like 2 years. They went every 2 or 3 years. They went after we graduated college. I didn't get to go any of those years because I was always studying for exams, but I felt like the sacrifice in that season of life of my time was worthwhile because the clouds were going to part if I could just pass all these certification exams, be done with it before we had before marriage, before kids, and all the responsibility of life kind of corded off what I had control over. And I'm willing to say that money can be very similar to time because you are trading your time for that money. But just be mindful that this is a season in life versus if you're not leaving behind something to where your 50-year-old self looks at that 25-year-old version of yourself and goes, "What the heck were we doing?"
Here, hot take here. I think it's okay to be a miser at a young age, and here's why. Right, so when you become a client, or like when I sit down and talk to people who are thinking about becoming clients, and I'm trying to assess their like financial personalities and what makes each of these individuals unique, I have this $100 question, and this is the way the question goes. I say, hey, if you were walking down the street and you found a $100 bill laying on the ground, you pick it up, what's your first thought? And there's generally two camps. One camp is, hot dog, I'm throwing this in my wallet. I got an extra $100. I'm gonna hold on to this. This is great. And the next thought is, I pick it up and I look around to see what store is close by because I just got a free $100 where I get to go spend that. And it kind of helps you figure out, do I get more enjoyment, more fulfillment out of spending or saving? And by the way, neither of those is wrong. It's a financial personality. Well, for me, early on in my life, I just really love saving. It was more enjoyable for me to see how much I could save. So I was okay being a miser. Like I would wear shoes and they'd have holes in them. And I didn't care. Like I would wear hand-me-down clothes a lot. Brian to have some clothes, but hey, here's some. And I'd be like, oh, it's awesome. I would eat cereal. Now I don't like the cereal thing because the cereal thing was pretty unhealthy. Don't do that. Don't eat cereal every day because that's not super healthy for you. But I do think if there aren't things that you desire to spend money on, don't go out and spend money simply for the sake of spending money. Because don't worry, as life happens, as you get married, as you have kids, as your life progresses, as you're in the messy middle, there are going to be a myriad of things for you to spend your dollars on. So early on, if there's just not a lot of stuff that you want to spend money on, I think it's okay to stack it, and get a little bit ahead of the curve.
I mean, I love our financial mutants. I was down in Disney Springs over the weekend, down in Orlando. Had a financial mutant come up to me, said he was 23, saving 40% of his income.
Love it.
But since we were waiting outside the Gideon's cookie shop, he's obviously making great memories with his friends. So, yep. I think that there is a season for us financial mutants. And I would be a hypocrite if I didn't tell you I was super tight and stingy. But I also had the perspective to know that what the why was behind some of that decision making. So it wasn't for the purpose of just having more without some great big beautiful tomorrow behind that.